Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Don't forget, you can also listen to this show on a podcast by using all of your streaming services. We're killing it on the podcast at the moment. So if you just want to listen to the audio, go and check it out. Spotify, Audible, all of them. We are there. Now, yesterday was a really crazy day for Arsenal. Movements are happening. It's starting to happen. These transfers are starting to roll in. There was the news, first of all, about Reece Nelson signing a brand new contract, 4-year contract he signed. Really, really good news for Arsenal. He was at the end of his contract. Remember, his contract actually had run out a few days ago, so he's officially without a club. But the deal was done, and he signed a new 4-year deal, and he will remain at Arsenal. There were quite a lot of clubs tracking him, including Crystal Palace, clubs abroad, but he has decided to stay. Reading some of the stuff he said, he's like, basically, Mikel Arteta's just convinced him and turned him into a different player. So going to be really excited to see what he does this season. There was also the quite sad news that Granit Xhaka had left the club. He joined Bayer Leverkusen. It's official. You saw him over there with all the pictures taken at Leverkusen. And he penned a really sort of really moving note where he said to Arsenal fans, listen, it's been quite a journey in the 7 years that I've been at Arsenal, but I'll always be a gunner, he said. And I've loved this guy's story in a way. He's gone from absolute zero to hero. And the way in which he's sort of he turned his career around at Arsenal was really commendable, because he did get off to a really bad start. He had the big incident where he threw down the armband, etc. But Mikel Arteta came in when everybody thought that he was on his way out. Mikel Arteta said, no, this is my guy, turned him around, and he became a leader on the pitch and had, like, the last 2 seasons, he was really, really good, especially last season, excellent. And he goes with the goodwill of all Arsenal fans and will be able to return back to Arsenal whenever he wants. And I'm going to predict this. I think that one day Granit Xhaka will be a manager, and a very good one as well. He just looks that character to me. He just looks like he's got that in him. He loves the game. He's a disciplined guy when it comes to football. Look out for that in the next, say, 5 years or so. Granit Xhaka becoming a manager, maybe coming back to Arsenal one day. That's my prediction. Medicals now set for 2 players. Medicals, first of all, for Declan Rice. That is going to be happening today. Could be happening as I speak right now to you. Declan Rice is having his medical at Arsenal. And as long as he passes that medical, he will be an Arsenal player. The unveiling of that could happen over the next couple of days. But Granit Xhaka still on my mind. Declan Rice, he's going to be the new guy taking over. Declan Rice is going to be an Arsenal player, and this is massive for Arsenal. Absolutely massive. As I said yesterday, he's been telling friends that he's buzzing to get going at Arsenal, and this is really, really great news. And also, Kieran Tierney having his medical today. His brother was even spotted in London yesterday, but Kieran Tierney having his medical today. His move has been agreed as well. Spoke about it yesterday. Long-term deal. And Timber is going to be an Arsenal player. And we're not done there. You'll get an announcement today about William Saliba signing his new long-term contract as well. 4 years plus an additional year, an option for that. Remember, there was a lot of clubs snooping around, and interested. PSG, remember he's born in Paris. They were snooping around. There was Manchester United. There was many other clubs across Europe as well. He's considered one of the best young centre-backs in European football. He's tied down his future. Announcement on that today. Great news for Arsenal. So what a day. What is so positive? This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant to see Arsenal, as I said yesterday, getting all of this business done so early. But what is next? Now, I've been speaking about this kid for the past couple of days, and that's Jeremy Fringpong of Bayer Leverkusen, the right back. Arsenal said to be really, really interested in him. Of course, they've been doing business with Bayer Leverkusen in the Granit Xhaka deal. However, Leverkusen now saying they want 42.7 million for him. The price is going up all the time. The interest in him is real. I did a transfer daily special. If you haven't watched that yet, make sure you go and check that out. Featuring Ben Jacobs of CBS. He's a transfer expert. And he said, Robbie, the interest in Jeremy Fringpong from Arsenal is real. They are interested in him. So we're going to have to see how this one plays out. As he described a lot when I was talking to him, Arsenal now, the way they've done their strategy, they can kind of relax for a lot of the window now because they've got their main targets in. All they're doing now is looking at other targets that they can bring in. He reckons they'll probably bring in 2, possibly 3 more before the end of the season, before the end of the transfer window, should I say. And Jeremy Fringpong is one of them that they are looking at. Another one on Arsenal's radar is another teammate of Jeremy Fringpong at Bayer Leverkusen, and that's Musa Diaby. Arsenal been looking at Musa Diaby now for quite a while. The interest is back on him as well. Again, Reece Nelson's just signed a new deal, can play right or left. Musa Diaby would be, he'd be backup to Saka, a very expensive backup. But then I guess when you're building a squad and you're building a squad that you want to challenge for the league and you want to make a good fist of it in the Champions League, these are the type of signings you may have to make. But Musa Diaby being linked again with Arsenal today wouldn't be cheap, but Arsenal said to be interested in him. So let's see again how that one's going to play out over the period of the transfer window. Of course, there's going to be departures, and one of the players that seems to be definitely looking like he's going to go, and that is following Balogun. Now, Football Insider publication, they claim that he's been in talks with Chelsea. Now, when you start to hear things like that, that doesn't, make many Arsenal fans happy when they hear that, he's been in talks with Chelsea. This is their claim, that he's been in talks. We don't know, if this is true or not, but certainly maybe his representatives are talking to different people because it does look like he is going to leave. Arsenal want £50 million for him. That's what they're looking for. And Chelsea are on the lookout for a striker. I personally, I think that'd be a bad move for us to sell him to Chelsea. You don't want to go and strengthen a rival right now, and that would be strengthening a rival by giving them Balogun. So I hope that rumor is not true. Probably more true are some of the rumors linking him with various clubs around Europe. But certainly it's looking like Balogun is going to go. He doesn't want to play second fiddle. He doesn't want to go out on loan. Even though, as I said yesterday, Mikel Arteta really likes him and may try and persuade him to stay. And who knows, he might be able to do that. He's done that. You've seen his persuasive powers with some of the other players. But those are the rumours that Balogun's been, or his representative has been in talks with Chelsea. Thomas Partey as well is another player who could go, would also bring in quite a decent fee. Now, Arsenal's preference, if he does go, is for him to go to Saudi Arabia so they can really cash in and get some of those big bucks. However, apparently his representatives have told some of the teams over in Saudi Arabia that he's not interested in a move to Saudi and he would prefer a move to Juventus. If he's going to leave Arsenal, it's Juventus. Going to have to keep our eyes on this one to see whether he actually does leave or not. But I think this will be one that will sort of run on during the window with Thomas Partey. But at the moment, he's all set to go on the pre-season. Romeo Lavie. Now, again, Arsenal still very, very heavily linked with a move to Lavie. And again, speaking to Ben Jacobs yesterday, he was saying that, Arsenal definitely hold an interest in Lavie. The problem is the fee. I mean, Southampton are getting a bit greedy in my books. They've been relegated. They paid £14 million for Lavie. Now they're demanding £50 million for Lavie. Arsenal are saying they're not going to pay that. They're unwilling to pay that amount of money for the 19-year-old. So are Liverpool. It's very significant because Liverpool are in the race for him as well. They're said to be very unwilling to pay that fee as well. So there may have to be some movement from Southampton on this before any of the two clubs decide to really make their move. But Lavie would be a player that Arsenal will move for if Thomas Partey goes. And what about Kieran Tierney? Again, this publication of Football Insider, I see we get a lot of information. I hope this information is true. But they're saying that he's going to be holding talks this week with Arsenal over his future. His future's been uncertain all season, really. And Newcastle still hold their interest. We even heard about interest from Celtic. I mean, I don't think there's any way Celtic would be able to afford to bring back Kieran Tierney to Celtic Park. But his future definitely needs to be sorted out. Arsenal still looking at fullbacks, as I said. Jeremy Fringpong, I know he's more on the right-hand side, but he can play either side, apparently. There's Zinchenko there, you know what I mean? There's, Tomiyasu's going to be coming back. He was playing on that left-hand side sometimes. Be interesting to see if Kieran Tierney does remain at Arsenal this summer. I want him to remain. I think most fans want him to remain, but certainly the movement is still looking like he could go. And of course, if some of these players goes, it generates funds. So those are the rumors for today. Don't forget to go and check out my Transfer Daily special, excuse me, that I did with Ben Jacobs, who's the transfer expert from CBS. He really broke down some of the transfers and put some of the meats on the bones and spoke about the Jeremy Fringpong links. So make sure you check that out. And also, I'll be back here every single day of this summer, right up until when the window closes on the 1st of September. I shall be here, right, and giving you all of the information. And we give you all the updates every single day right here on AFTV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.